ambition, also envision my path so I complete the mission. Yeah, I'll never rest, regardless of all the pain and the stress. Yeah, say it with my chest, I was destined to be the best. I'll never rest, regardless of all the pain and the stress. Yeah, say it with my chest, I was destined to be the best. I'll never rest, regardless of all the pain and the stress. Yeah, say it with my chest, I was destined to be the best. I'll never rest, regardless of all the pain and the stress. Yeah, I'll say it with my chest, I was destined to be the best. Yes.
Glass House Mix.
Welcome. It's your boy Mac Manz. Welcome to The Last Sip, brought to you by Manz Media LLC. We legit, baby. Let's give an applause for that and give a cheer. That's right. I missed y'all. We had a nasty snowstorm down here. I missed y'all so bad. It's like, man, y'all don't even know this snowstorm was bad down here in Arkansas. I'm glad for all those who made it through. I want to send a special shout out to everybody who was going through something in the Midwest. I'm glad y'all made it through the storm, man. It was, like I said, it was bad. Wasn't the best of weather, but best of times was the times we made it, as I always do. Come on in, drop your keys, grab a seat. Let's start off by giving an applause for the agua. And if y'all been keeping up with me, you know that this is the first ever show that's being fully produced by Manz Media LLC. Thank you so much. I'm going to show a little something. See that there? I got the portfolio going. You see that? Manz Media LLC. Hey, y'all, it's all for real. This is a real thing with me. Also, y'all, I want to give y'all a little up and up. Thank you for all those who have supported me through this journey of 10 years. 10 years, man. 10 years I've been going at this. I don't know if y'all noticed the weight loss as well. I've dropped to 20 or 30 pounds in the last couple of weeks back on my workout regimen. So, well, with that being said, let's get this party started right. So, y'all, right now, we are in a crazy time in America. We are in a super crazy time. And so today's first topic is going to be C theory. Now, I could have said the whole word was just conspiracy, but I'm not going with that. The reason I call it C theory because as I was speaking to someone and I was giving them my thoughts and my opinion on things, they said, "Are you a conspiracy theorist?" And I was like, no. A conspiracy theorist, never to be a conspiracy theorist, you have to not actually believe in things that are going on. And so you cook up this theory about what you think. See, that's not me. I'm wide open, Gina, eyes wide open, Gina, like a smoker, baby, like a smoker, Gina, as Martin would say. But no, my eyes are wide open, so I see. So I have some C theory, SEEC. Y'all, we're going to just break down what's going on. Have y'all noticed that half the country is on fire and the other half is cold? Yeah. I don't know if y'all paying attention to what's going on. If you ain't, you need to catch one of these to the face. Because we are in a time where things are so wild. So I'm going to break down some things to y'all. Now, you don't have to completely agree with what I got going on, but today's show is very interesting because I'm going to break down my own theories. Now, this is nothing that is factual. This is nothing that is contradictory to whatever's going on. I'm literally speaking to you off of things that I have thought of myself and been sitting back thinking. I'm a deep thinker like most of you. Want to give an applause out. This season, I'm going to give applause out to those who tune in. Date the Javante Seal, what's up, sir? Applause out to you, a.k.a. Mr. Untitled. So check it out. Now, we had a time where we were dealing with some things. There were drones in the air for a crazy length of time. There's a period of time we had drones in the air. Now, people confirm what these drones were doing. They were in the East Coast. They were in the West Coast. They're everywhere. They just popped up. Now, our government, like I said, and I'm saying allegedly anything I speak because I don't have facts. This is just me speaking as a person like you would speak. Now, allegedly, these were supposed to be foreign drones. These were drones that were coming from wherever. Some speculated China, some speculated Russia, some speculated somewhere in the European area, and we had no idea what they were doing. Now, there are some people out there also that thought these drones were there to control the weather. So that was also a theory. Now, I go back to look at it. The drones have disappeared. The sightings have not been around any longer. I don't know if there was some shot down. If you guys would know, just give me a quick drop on my BrewLine 501-259-6788. It's always open. I'm here to listen to conversation right now about the subject myself. I love intriguing conversation. Hey, if you want to, on Facebook, on Ontario Hill, Blue Verified Checkmark, or even on YouTube at Manz Media LLC. If you want to, for those you watching, you can put a comment down there and I'll answer right back, what your opinion is. But back to the subject. Those drones disappeared. Now, some people allegedly suspect that they were up to something. Now, on the East Coast of America, we're having crazy snowstorms. We're having crazy weather where it's very frigid, and it came in very, very harsh. I live here in Arkansas. Now, if you know anything about Arkansas, our weather is what we call bipolar. Keep it 100% real. Our weather's bipolar. Sometimes it's cold in the summertime, not cold like you guys cold if you're up north or, in the mountains. Our cold is a different type of cold. It's the type of cold where we get 40 degrees, we're cold. And it's not some areas like in the Midwest, that's not cold at all. I mean, that because you're used to that frigid below zero. We don't get that here. Wintertime, we might cap out at 30. Depends on what time of the winter it is. We have had those crazy times where we had 10 degrees and it's super cold. Well, we had the most craziest snowstorm that came through for 2 straight days. After those 2 days, it went completely sunny to 60 degrees, where everything started to melt. Now, up north, you guys are used to getting those, what you call frigid weather, frigid days. There's sometimes in the wintertime, you might have it where they call the Indian winter or Indian summer. That is when, during the time it's supposed to get frigid or cold, you might have the unnatural warmth that comes. But regardless, usually most of the time, none of those spectrums equal up. It's warm here, so that's why people come down south when it's cold up north. And vice versa. You go up north, back in the north in the summertime, if that's where you're from, because you're getting back to the area where you're at, where it's warm at. And people come down south for the warmth. Well, Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, even Georgia, we had the craziest weather this year. So for the first time in forever, the whole East Coast was matched up. The Midwest was matched with the South, was matched with the Southeast. Only area that wasn't hit was Florida, but then Florida got hit with all those hurricanes and typhoons, whatever you want to call it. The weather was bad. Puerto Rico has no lights. But then you go to the other side of the country and we have this enormous wildfire that is going, and you're thinking to yourself, it's really going on. I mean, people are losing homes. They're losing things that they built up for years with their families. They're losing jobs, they're losing vehicles, and just all the things that are going to come out of this ramification. This is going to be crazy. And notice all this happened after the election. So some people with theories think that when the drones were in the air, they're doing one of two things. They were, one, manipulating the weather system, and two, they're putting flammable materials in the air. I didn't say that's what I believe. I'm saying, allegedly, that's what people are thinking. Well, now we're in a time to where we are in the Tesla era. The Tesla era, the iRobot era, where we have robots, we have cars. Y'all, and these cars, to me, these cars are ugly. I'm just going to keep 100% real with you. I ain't never seen someone ugly in my life. I don't know how you can even get in one. I seen a truck. I thought it was a transformer. Yeah, it was bad. But we're in that era now to where we have these vehicles and people are literally getting these vehicles that look like a kid made them in the garage out of leftover metal and materials from shop. When you were in high school, from shop. But now we have these robots as well now that that serve us, they servants. Have you seen the Asian airports, Asian airlines, Asian hotels? They have robots that look like humans that do things. We're in the age of AI. You get on right now social media, you can't tell AI from a regular person. If you look closely, you can see though, like the features like the feet, where the feet are just they're one mashed up item, the bottom of the legs, or the face, the movements are different, the eyes are kind of glossy. So we're in the era where everything can be replaced by something mechanical, something technical, or something visual. So the state of America is kind of crazy because now we're in the point, think about this. All those vehicles that are on fire and burnt up have to be paid and covered for by insurance. Now your insurance rate might end up going up because if you're part of this insurance company, say it's Allstate or State Farms or whatever, Hershey Kiss International Insurance or Family and Homes, once that item has to be paid for, somebody has to pay the insurance company for them paying out, which means your rates go higher, correct? House insurances, those houses have to be rebuilt. Somebody's got to pay for that, correct? In the other side of the country, where we have all this cold weather, there's electricity going out. There's people that don't have enough food. You can't get in out of your home. There's damage to things. Somebody's got to pay for that, right? And as a country, we are in debt. We can literally not afford to pay for that stuff ourselves, but then our politicians want to get a raise. See, come on, y'all. Something is not right with our country. There's things going on that we don't see. Everybody's scared to talk about. But here at the last sip, I don't go into those situations like that because I don't have the answers. I don't do the research for that. I just speak from my own opinion and from opinion of those that people I talk to. And all I can say is this. Right now, we are in a situation to where something doesn't look right. I say we're in the iRobot Tesla era because of the way things going. Now, there is this city of the future. They have these things ready to go, these plans ready to go. And if you notice, all of a sudden, California, the whole West Coast basically is almost like a huge forest in certain areas. It's wilderness, wildlife. A lot of those areas are very flammable if you have the wrong combustible elements around it and near it. That's why as a kid you grew up, Smokey the Bandit, always talking about fight forest fires. Talk about putting out fires and stuff, and you got to watch what you take out there when you're camping and things like that. That is because everything there is so flammable and so perishable. To one spark will set a fire in a brush that the wind catches hold and blows and you cannot put out. It takes a lot of work to put it out. Now, some people believe, allegedly, that we are in the midst of building the city of the future. Repo Man, Demolition Man. You guys have seen this stuff. You guys have seen these movies where a lot of people don't understand that movies that are made are not just coming out of thin air. These are things that have been thought about, they have been processed. People, when we do movies and write books, there has to be something about that's either happened before in history or something that's to come that makes these ideas flourish. So with that being said, if California goes to complete dust, they have to rebuild it, correct? Now think about this. They're not going to rebuild it the same because you cannot have a situation like this happen again. We're in another century. We're in the era of Tesla. We're in the era of robots, iRobot, Terminator, The Matrix, all that stuff. We're close to that era, people. Intelligence is a virtue. And electronical intelligence, technological intelligence is something serious. If I didn't say the word right, so be it. Don't pop me for it. But technology is really aced its game. It stepped its game up. Now, all the things that are burning down, has anybody noticed that SoFi is still there? SoFi is a high-tech arena, sports arena, that has been updated and equipped with some of the most highest tech in the world. Scoreboards, locker rooms, the little places, the boxes, the boxes you watch the games in, just the security area. All this stuff is technical to another level. It's not like any other stadium used to have. It's not like Soldier Field. Soldier Field, that's one of the oldest stadiums in the league. And that has been revamped, but not to the point of SoFi. Now think about this. If everything around that is burning down, but you have to keep the city going. It's LA. It's prosperous. It's about money. It's Hollywood. It's a glamour life. You got to keep the city going. What better way than to build it with technology? Do y'all get where I'm going? Do you, like The Rock said, do you smell what The Rock is cooking? So how do you fix that? So instead of building back up with mortar and brick, you build with technology. You build with steel. You build with absorbent metals. You build with steel, which is going to not only build the city up stronger, but it allows you to put technology into the city. You guys, we have cars that'll come pick you up now and take you where you have to go. You don't have to drive. We have vehicles that drive themselves. I drive a car right now that if I get too close to something, it'll back up and slow down. We're in the era to where we got to seriously think of what is going on in our life, especially at the age I'm 50. And I don't know how many more days that I'm blessed to be on the earth. God, thank you for what you've done for me so far. But there's things that are going to happen that I am not going to be around to see. Your children, your children's children will see these things. But y'all, we're in a place where the country is being ripped apart, one half by cold, the other half by fire. And sooner or later, we have got to rebuild. Now, does it make sense to rebuild on an old standard? Or do we go to a new standard? Technology, computers. Like I said, y'all seen the movies, Demolition Man, The Repo Man. Y'all have seen, let's keep it 100% real, iRobot, The Matrix, Terminator, District 5, District 7? I can't remember what it is. Y'all seen movies, Predator, Aliens, all this stuff. Technology as basis, Jupiter Rising, John Carter. Come on, y'all. We've seen all this stuff before in movies. All y'all young ones out here playing these Call of Duty games where you're playing with zombies, shooting zombies, and you're shooting people going through that. That's a sort of form of training. When you go to training to drive a car in high school, there is what they call simulation. You're not actually driving. You're playing like a game, and you're learning to drive from that. When you go to the military, when you go do training, sometimes you might use simulation. When you go to fly a plane, there's flight simulation. Y'all got to open your eyes to more things than just being narrow-minded all the time. I'm not saying all things are bad. What I am saying is we are being prepared for a future that looks nothing like our past. And a lot of people are scared to go there with that conversation. If I say anything, no. We've got to start sitting and having actual conversations. How do we prepare ourselves for things that we're not used to or things we've never seen? Things that are going to move around and change on us. Y'all do it all the time for the presidents. Y'all change for the presidents. You change for your jobs. You change for when you have a child. You change for people that move in and out of your home. You change for when you get a new car. There's so many things we're willing to change for. But we want to live the same standard of life all the time, not understanding that things are happening that is going to force you to change into doing other things or being something else. You're going to have to get used to having this technology in your life that you've never seen before. It's going to happen. That's just the way it goes. We got to get used to that. Then there's times where we're in the area where there's people you deal with who are already savvy with things like this. How many times, y'all remember when they brought in the VCR and your parents couldn't program it? Remember when cell phones came in and you still have to use the phone on the wall, you had to use a cell phone? You notice how they started taking phone booths? When's the last time you seen a phone booth? An actual little phone booth. When's the last time you seen a phone on the wall? Then phones changed. Remember, they were rotary phones, and they went from rotary phones to the dial thing. They went from not being at home to having an answer machine. Betamax, Laserdisc, Betamax, Laserdisc to VCR, from VCR to DVDs, some cassette players, 8-tracks, cassettes, 45s, from that to CDs. Now you just carry a thumb drive around with you with all your stuff on it. Technology is forever rising and moving, but for able to technology to come in, you have to destroy something else. Do y'all get what I'm saying now? Do you get the picture? Do you get what I'm throwing down? Do you smell what's in the grease? Come on. We got so many things going. Why would you think about it in their way? Why would you rebuild on top of something that is so inferior? We have more tech. We have more things now. We're smarter. We got more things that are stronger when you go to building things. We're more into this. So why would you take and use the old standard when you have another standard available? Come on, y'all. Catch it right here. Now, with that being said, look at this. Look what this has done. One side of the coast or the middle of the country on out, people are homeless and they're hungry and they're frozen. The other side of the country on the way out, people have died from being in the fire. People have lost jobs from them burning down. People are homeless and hungry. Look at what we had. Look, remember Katrina? How many people are still suffering from that? Then I did mention Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico has no lights. They had lights for a while. We helped them. That is part of our people. Puerto Rico, we help them. The United States helps them. Florida, all the hurricanes and stuff that just went through there and ransacked everything, they're still rebuilding from that. Y'all, we are in a time to where it is time to open up your eyes and start to see the world for what it is. Things are changing. We have got to band together to find a way to keep some of our sanity and some of our way of living so we don't lose it to technology. But a lot of y'all are caught up, like I said, in the Diddy vortex. A lot of y'all caught up with the JC situation. A lot of y'all caught up with social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Have y'all noticed since the election, all the extra murders, mass murders, New York, the United Healthcare person? There's different things going on, y'all, that y'all are not noticing. People are holding their eyes blind to. I don't watch the news. I don't read the paper. You don't have to watch the news, read the paper. If you're on YouTube, it's there. There's a little thumbnail has it on it. If you're on the internet, there's something where a commercial pops up and shows you. MSN, there's always stuff there. CNN, there's always a little clip there somewhere. Y'all have got to stop living in conspiracy theory and start living in the C theory. SEE. Start to open up your eyes and your brain before you get popped. And you ask yourself, what's really going on? Y'all, right now we're going to take a small break so I can bring you another product here. This here is a product by the name of Shilajit. Now, this Shilajit I have in my hand has ashwagandha in it. It has some Panax ginseng. This is amazing. Now, if you take supplements, you need to have this. Now, what Shilajit does, Shilajit helps with your digestive tract, helps with your energy. It gets you up and moving around. Also, it's basically part of a clean lifestyle living regimen. I told you I went from Thanksgiving got here, I was 247 pounds. I ended up going on a small fast. Now I'm down to 220. I'm back in the weight room doing what I got to do. You guys, come on. Be serious about your health. Be serious about your life. Shilajit is where it's at. Any other supplements you're going to take it. And a lot of this H2O. So remember that. It's time to take supplements. Time to get together. Get you some Shilajit. It's where it's at. Well, y'all, my second subject of the day. That first one was a doozy. I'm going to get another applause for that, man. Because I think a lot of us walk around here with our eyes closed, man. We just do. We do. And then we complain about things that they don't change for what we want them to change to, or they don't seem to be what they're supposed to be. It's because we are not preparing ourselves to be serious about life. And I just, I gotta leave it at that. The second subject, meet our new coach. In coaching, it is not what you have done. It is not how good are you. It is who you know. And this is a subject that's sore with me because I am a Chicago Bears fan, if you know, and a Texans fan. My Texans, okay, good job. We beat the Chargers. Jim Harbaugh, who was a Bears candidate for coaching last year, the Bears and Hiram that kept Eberflus, but he did a good job with the Chargers, brought in a whole new squad, cleared them out, brought some youth in, but we put the poof off on them. We put that over across their head yesterday. So my Texans, I want to say thank you for that. We are going on further into the playoffs. Thank you, Lord. But with that being said, there's a bunch of coaching vacancies in the NFL, and the game is afoot. Now, my team, the Bears, we have interviewed Ron Rivera. We've interviewed Johnson. We've interviewed Aaron Glenn. We've interviewed Pete Carroll. We've interviewed Vrabel. And we asked to interview Mike McCarthy. We'll get on that. That's a crazy story going on right there in Dallas. Matter of fact, we won't wait out going in now because, you know, Dallas, if they win one game, go to the Super Bowl. Come on, you know how I get down. How I get down. We're going to do that. Hey, they're going to get a new coach next year. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to Super Bowl. Come on, man. Come on. But with Dallas, Mike McCarthy was asked to be interviewed. The Bears asked for permission to interview Mike McCarthy, and the Cowboys said no. But then on today, let him know that he can interview for the positions. Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense? You don't want him, but it's like a bad relationship with a female or a guy. You don't want him, but you don't want nobody else to have him either. Does it make any sense? You deny any access to him from any other team, but then you don't sign him to a contract and he's available to talk to any team he wants to as a free agent as of tomorrow. That doesn't make any, and then you didn't want nobody to talk to me because you got this, y'all sports. Do y'all remember quiz real quick, anybody out there listening, who created the culture and got the roster together for Golden State Warriors before they start winning their championships? I'll wait. Mark Jackson. A man who still does not have a job in the NBA, which don't make no sense at all. After all he's done for the league as a player, as a representative for the players, and as a coach, he doesn't have a job. Because it's not what you've done. It's not how good you are, it's who you know. The Houston Rockets coach, Ume Edoku, he almost got moved out of the league too as well because he decided to have an affair with a grown woman. And I won't go there, but a lot of sport commentators, there was a bunch of women bashing him, thought that he shouldn't be in the league. But it takes two to tango. It's not just him, it's her too as well. Well, good thing was the Houston Rockets and Raphael Stone decided to give the man a second chance, and look at the Rockets right now. Second best team in the West, fourth best team in the league. Now, you can't say that for everybody. Okay, let's talk about the Lakers. The scam they pulled. Hurley, the coach of UConn, one of the greatest coaches in college basketball to this day, was up for the Lakers job. Now, before that, LeBron James has a podcast with your boy, JJ Redick. Now, JJ Redick and LeBron were talking, and when the job came up, JJ Redick's name came up on top out of nowhere. Yeah, it did. Now, all these other coaches that are in the league that are getting paid, you're giving them $12,000, $13,000, $14,000, $15,000, $20,000. But you really wanted Hurley to leave UConn, where he just won another championship at. You offer him $11 million, a low ball figure, $11 million, where everybody else is making more than that. So he decides to go back to UConn. Well, lo and behold, guess who gets the job in LA? JJ Redick. And from what being told, they came on, oh, well, we really wanted Hurley bad, but he decided to go back to UConn. So JJ Redick was our second and third option. Okay, who was the literal second option? I don't remember the second option. Anybody else remember the second option? Please tell me if there's a second option. I don't remember. I don't remember the second option. Where you hired JJ Redick. So you think we're going to be dumb enough, go back to the C theory. I told y'all about C and conspiracy. So we're supposed to be dumb to believe that you never want to hire JJ Redick in the first place. No. No. Here's the deal. Let's keep 100% real. Y'all was intended to hire LeBron's best friend. Y'all was going to hire LeBron's friend. Matter of fact, everybody around that team is LeBron's friend. You went after Hurley to make it look like you were going to do something that you never intended to do. So you brought in JJ Redick, the one you was going to hire in the first place, but you tried to pull the wool over everybody else's eyes, saying that you were going to hire somebody else after you lowballed the best coach in college basketball, who chose not, the best coach in college basketball, not named Calipari, who decided to stay there because you lowballed him. You gave him the money amount because you knew he was going to leave college for that. Why would you leave? You can make more in college. Why would you leave for that? Then you bring in a coach who has done no better than Darvin Ham. Don't forget, Darvin Ham took the Lakers to a finals, a West Finals, and won the first Enron championship midseason whatever it is. Then you got rid of Frank Vogel, who actually took them to the last chip they had. And now your excuse is JJ Redick's team ain't no good because they ain't got no talent. Well, guess what? Neither did them two either. Seriously? But it ain't about the talent. It ain't about your skill as a coach. It's about who you know. He had no way. He should have never ever got that job. Number one, you're an analysis and a commentator on TV. There's other people. Jeff Saturday got the coach job for 4 or 5 games because he knew the team. They didn't give nobody on the sideline the job or bring nobody in that could have maybe got the job. How dare you think about giving Eric Bieniemy a job? Can we talk about that? How dare you think about bringing back Lovie Smith, one of the greatest coaches in Chicago Bears history, the last coach they had that ever won anything for them, as far as winning games and able to beat Green Bay. But where's he at? You won't see him. He had to go to college, and now that's where he is. He's stuck there. I haven't seen him in a pro. Wait a minute. He came back with the Texans and did okay with them, but got fired because he lost the number 1 spot in the draft to the Bears because they won one extra game they were supposed to win. But damn it, that you're supposed to be winning games as a coach, right? I'm so tired of this. Then recently there was a coach, I won't say any names, that refused to go to an interview because of the Rooney Rule. He said, you're not going to hire me. You just give me an interview because you have to. Then Vrabel did all those interviews just to go to the Patriots. You knew what they were going to do. Now, yes, the man does have a history with Tennessee. He was a coach. I'm not saying that because he was a decent coach, but he is a New England Patriots coach material when there's other guys out who've been waiting their turn. You're passing everybody else over because he was a Patriot. Let's bring a Patriot in. Mike Singletary, haven't seen him since Kaepernick. You won't see him get a job. Well, before that, because I forgot Harbaugh had Kaepernick, you won't see him get a job because he don't fit the best friend demographic either. I'm getting to all this for a reason. Because in the world we live in, be it sports, be it jobs, be it relationships, it's not about what you can do for a person. It's not about how good you are at what you do. It's about who you know. Pro quo pro. One hand washes the other. So a lot of times we're dealing with things in our life, people are going to tend to lean more to people that they know. They're not going to give this young, fresh hotshot a try at a job, at a sports job, at a manager job, at a corporate job, because they got Jimmy, who they've been knowing Jimmy's dad's dad forever. That's who we're giving the job to. And that's a problem that's wrong with us. It is a greed situation. It's a situation of trying to maintain power over the situation. And it's also what they call micromanagement, because I can control the people I know that I'm connected to, better not control the people that I don't. Yo, we've got to stop this mentality. The whole show today was just based about the mentality of thinking and waking up your mind. Sports has got it bad. See, my show has switched over a little bit from being a subject and then some sports. Because I try to be cross-culture with my podcast to open up more doors, more eyes for people. Because we're living in a time where it seems like we can't do anything for the fellow man or woman. We can't follow those who are trying to do for themselves and make it better. We don't follow positivity. We're in this era of nudeness, nakedness, rudeness, lewdness. What about me? Forget the other person. It's all about greed and immaturity. And we've got to change the mentality on that as of now. My generation is the last generation, I do believe, that is going to be around to try to teach as many lessons as possible, because the new era is ratchet. Be it life, be it sports, be it spiritual or financial. Those who are wealthy keep wealth locked in and refuse to bless others. Those who are spiritual hang in their cliques and groups and refuse to have anyone else come in that they may be able to bless to open their eyes up. Those who are financial make sure they keep every dollar in their pocket. I'm not giving you nothing. Those who are on the job, let's get the best friend the job. We're not worried about that. When I go to hire my job, I want the best employee for the job. I want somebody who's similar to me, that enjoys life, that wants to go in to help other people and wants to learn and be prosperous. Then you can teach someone else. This happens in sports all the time. That is why you have teams with these losing cultures and can't get out of them, because when they do hire somebody new, it's somebody they can control, somebody that comes from their tree of people they've hired before or people that have been with them. You got the guys sitting on top with the team owners who don't know a dang thing about running everyday sports. They just pay out to pay people to come in and do the best they can. Look at the Bears. Matt Nagy came from Kansas City Chiefs to Chicago with no head coaching experience. But you wouldn't take Eric Bieniemy, who's also ran that offense. Nagy had a bad time with the Bears. Goes back to the Chiefs, and guess who? He's back to winning Super Bowls because he's with Mike Holmgren. Then Ryan Poles came from the same tree, the Chiefs. That's why him and Matt Nagy was good with each other. Well, actually, Nagy was gone, then they brought in Eberflus, so I will go back with that. I'll take it back. Same thing, though. It's people you can control. Nobody's getting a fresh start. You're not bringing a name. Like, remember the last time the Cowboys were good was when they had Jimmy Johnson. He was anti-establishment, didn't worry about what Jerry Jones had to say, Jerry Jones' family. He was about getting that victory for the Cowboys, 11 Super Bowls. Barry Switzer came in and won a Super Bowl, but it was with Jimmy Johnson's roster. Let's keep it 100% real. Bill Parcells, what's he famous for saying? Either with the Jets, he's been with the Jets, the Saints, Giants. What did Parcells say? You want me to come in and do the cooking, but you want me to buy the groceries. That's what happens with these sport teams. So I'm sitting back looking to see what the hires are going to be when it comes to the NFL. Are they going to bring in new blood with some experience that's done this before that can maybe show you what they got going on? Or are you going to bring in the homeboy, bring in the family team member, bring in the family tree member that came from your tree? Either way it goes. Same thing in sports as in life. It's not what you can do, it's who you know. Y'all, I thank y'all for tuning into the podcast today, man. I love coming before y'all. Thank you for tuning into the first, another round of applause and a cheer. Thank y'all for tuning into the first podcast under the Manz Media LLC rainbow or umbrella. I thank you for that. You guys can catch me on the last sip. Also catch me on Wrestling is Real and Fans Are Fake. With my partner, The Voice, Wayne Maddox. So I got that going. Also, this weekend, please, if you get a chance, if you're in Arkansas, if you're in the Mid-Atlantic wrestling area in Arkansas, please stop by the world famous Valiant Arena as MACW/ASWS presents New Beginnings main event. Ray goes up against K Toomer for the Unified Arkansas World Heavyweight Championship. We got all kind of matches. Also featured Atua, Action Jackson, Slick Nick Scott, accompanied by Brandon. You guys have got to come out to see what's going on. Main event Bradley. Y'all, it's going to be a great night. This show is produced and promoted by Craig Stone. Shout out to you, Craig. Much love to you, my brother. Man, y'all have got to come out to see it. Also, you already know, Black Diamond Enterprises will be in the house. We'll be unleashing some terror as we always do, week in, week out. Month in, month out at that arena. Also, if you guys get a chance, thank you for tuning in. The replay of this show will be on YouTube at Manz Media LLC. Also on Facebook, Manz Media LLC. We'll also get a replay of it as well, so you guys get a chance to tune in. I want to thank y'all. As I always say, y'all, it is not about the quantity, but it's about the quality. You guys have always been great. I love talking to y'all. Hey, support me. Go to my website, Manz Media LLC. .net. Also, I am in the global yellow pages at Manz Media LLC. Hey, you guys, I do shirts. I do podcast work. I make small videos for people. Also, we do public speaking engagements, as well as the book is out as well. You guys, much love to y'all. I thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you so much for everything you guys have done. Thank you for being a fan. Thank you for helping me out. Thank you for following. And all I can say to y'all is much love and peace. Don't forget, anytime you're down, we don't spill tea, but we do take the last sip. Thank you.
In my path, so I complete the mission. Yeah, I'll never rest, regardless of all the pain and the stress. Yeah, say it with my chest, I was destined to be the best. I'll never rest, regardless of all the pain and the stress. Yeah, say it with my chest, I was destined to be the best. I'll never rest, regardless of all the pain and the stress. Yeah, say it with my chest, I was destined to be the best. I'll never rest, regardless of all the pain and the stress. Yeah, I'll say it with my chest, I was destined to be the best. Yes.
Last house mix.